Hey, this is your friend Hand here, and if you see me bouncing, because I'm actually sitting on a bouncing ball, so to kind of make it more fun into your working life and help you with your back, get a bouncing ball, about 25 bucks from Amazon, okay? All right, but this today, I'm sitting on my bouncing ball, gonna tell you a great story. Now, I know this guy named Mark, and he has to be a plumber. All right, what career choices, right? And before internet marketing, and he has this one method called Hookum, right? Hookum. So it's a really cool method. It involves giving out some free stuff, right? Give out a really cool gift, and then you're able to capture the leads and turn that into sales. Now I'm oversimplify this entire process, but it's super easy. It really takes about secret 3 steps. Now, instead for me to personally explain it to you, I thought it would be awesome to let Mark himself to explain this entire method to you, but also talk about his entire internet marketing journey, how he went from being a plumber, a job he absolutely hated, or a company or business he absolutely hated doing, now involved into a full-time internet marketer, make over 5 figures. Now, if Mark can do it with no technical skills, without knowing internet marketing, it doesn't have much time in hand by using this method, I believe you can do it as well. You're gonna find this incredible price. How much he offered this at? I mean, it's let's just say it's a price of a cup of a coffee or cup of a tea. All right. If you can skip one of those, you can grab this and instantly make, not instantly, but instantly get the Hookum set up to eventually making 5 to 6 figures per month. Now, is this bluff or is this real? I'll let you be the judge of that. So make sure you go ahead and watch this special video I asked Mark to personally make for you to explain why he created this product and why you should get it. And most importantly, check out the incredible prices and check out the awesome bonus we have ready for you down below this video. And go grab this tomorrow when this thing launches, and look out for my emails. And when this thing launches, so you can get all kinds of bonuses, all that great stuff. So, yes, this is about Hookum, and let's go hook them by watching this interview right now. This is your friend here. Until next time, keep smiling. I'll be talking to you in the next video. Cheers.
Hey everyone, my name's Mark Bishop. You may know me, you may not know me, but you know, today I'm here to talk about a product which I'm going to be releasing on January the 14th. Sorry, slipped my mind for a second there, at 9 a.m. Now, first of all, I'd like to thank everybody for taking the time out to actually watch this interview, and I really hope you're going to find this interesting, because Hookum is based around a product or a method that I've used for some years. It's kind of a tool that I used when nothing else worked, back in, say, 2012, 2013. Now, back then I was just an ordinary guy working for a living, working full-time as a plumber here in the UK. And I was kind of intrigued by the whole internet marketing thing, and it was something that I really wanted to do, but perhaps like you, kind of nothing worked. I mean, I bought this course, I bought that course, and even though I was working full time, I was spending hour after hour, every evening, much to my wife's disgust, trying to sort of crack it online. And regardless of what I did, I just couldn't seem to make any progress whatsoever. So perhaps like you, I spent a ton of money, an awful lot of time, and I got pretty much nowhere to begin with, and it kind of went on like that for some time. And then I kind of stumbled into niche marketing pretty much by accident. It was kind of more luck than judgment, I guess. But I found a niche, and again, this was more luck than anything else. And there wasn't that much competition in the niche, but I was looking for ways in which I could get people to actually purchase through my affiliate link. Now, I read everywhere about affiliate marketing, and I had a blog, and it did get traffic. You know, it was okay. It got traffic, and still really wasn't making too many sales. And then I kind of looked around, and I found a method, and then I thought, what if I just did this? And we're kind of getting to the Hookum principle here. So I kind of turned a lead magnet. So I'm sure you've heard of lead magnets, but I kind of used the lead magnet principle, and I incorporated it into my blog. And what I did is, instead of it just being, you know, just a lot of content, which didn't actually mean that much, what I did was I used a native ad content structure. And what that really means is it's content that is perceived as helpful advice. It could be tips. It could be, you could be actually teaching somebody a complete method inside within that content, but it then kind of funnels down into a natural conclusion, and that's what I call it anyway, which is a link. Now, this is, I'm giving you like a quick sort of breakdown of it, but it's a little bit more in depth, but very, very simple. It had to be simple because it had to be something that I could do back then. And anybody that knows me knows that I'm not very tech savvy. I struggle with an awful lot of the IAM stuff, at least where the technical aspect is concerned. I lose interest really, really quickly. So had to be something that I could do really quickly, had to be completely newbie friendly, because essentially that's what I was back then, and it had to be something that actually worked. So I applied this to the blog that I had. It had some traffic. People started, they started grabbing that, what I now call hooks, but essentially a lead magnet, and then they started buying. So they were buying through the link inside of my lead magnet, and it just went on and on and on. And pretty much everybody that that downloaded the hook, well, not everybody, but I'd say a good 80% of those people, because I'd angled it in a certain way, a specific way, perhaps around about 80% of those people were actually purchasing through my affiliate link, and that really is where I got my start. Now, since then, I've used the Hookum principle on and off pretty much since 2013, and it always works. And I decided to actually put this product together because, you know, if you're anything like I was back in 2012, 2013, struggling to make any money, perhaps you don't have that that time element, perhaps you don't have, you know, a lot in the way of excess funds, so perhaps you don't have a lot of money to invest, and perhaps you want something that you can do really, really quickly, straight off the cuff. Well, Hookum is for you. Now, let me kind of break this down for you. So Hookum, as I've kind of explained, is it's kind of a lead magnet, but it's not. It's the same principle, and you can use it in essentially the same way, but you can use it in a lot of different ways. So a hook is basically a PDF which uses native ad content structure. So, you know, PDFs, they've been around forever. But if you use this native ad content structure, which is basically helpful content, which people actually want to read. So if you consider a hook or Hookum as kind of like a lead magnet, but a lead magnet with benefits, if you like. So most of you know what a lead magnet is. It's just a way of getting people onto your list. But what if you could get them onto your list, have them go through a couple of micro commitments, and then encourage them to buy all in that one hook, in that one PDF? That's kind of what we've done here, and it works really, really well. In fact, it works in any niche, and it can be completely fluid. So what I mean by that is, once you've got that hook together, it can be distributed in a number of different ways. So what you're kind of doing here is you're giving value away. You're actually just giving away something of value to people that actually want that. So let's say, well, I'm not going to talk about some of the niches that I've worked in, but let me touch on perhaps one that isn't too controversial or too weird. So cellulite, for example. So I put a hook together. This was some time ago actually. I put a hook together using the native add content structure. So people opted in. So I had them on my email list, much like a lead magnet. But then through a couple of micro commitments, they actually get to that PDF. And by this time, they actually want to read that because they're kind of warmed up to the idea of reading that helpful content. And the content, you know, it's not fantastic. It's very easy to do. But I use a certain structure. Now, this structure kind of takes them through a series of well, like a funnel really. It kind of funnels them down to a point where they actually want to purchase the product that I'm recommending. So it doesn't start off as an ad or a promotion of any description. It starts off as helpful content, and it pretty much goes all the way through there. But by the time you get to the very end, the bit that you want them to see, they'll want to purchase the product that you're promoting through your link, and it's all done inside the PDF. So you don't have to send them off to another page, for example, to try and warm them up for a sale. It's all done within that PDF, which I now call Hook. Now, like I say, once you have these hooks in place, you can distribute them in a number of ways. So you could use squeeze pages, for example. We've included details of you know, the squeeze pages that we're using inside of Hookum, but you can do it that way, or you can actually shoot these out in a number of different ways, which will cost you around $5 a time, or you could do it completely free yourself. Obviously, the details of that are inside of Hookum, but when you do it this way, no, you won't build a list using this particular avenue, but it's something that I've done time and time again because you can blast them out there. I pay $5 to have them blasted out there, but once they're out there, they even rank because, you know, if you get the keywords right, it's really easy for these hooks, these PDFs to actually rank because of the authority of the kind of sites that we use to get them out there. And again, you know, this is if you want somebody to do it, it's going to cost you $5. If you want to do it yourself, then it's not going to cost you a dime. But yeah, so once you have those hooks, you can distribute them in a number of ways. You can use them as lead magnets with benefits. You can fire them out there free. You can drop them into social media. You can drop them into or just underneath YouTube videos, and they convert. They convert like gangbusters. You wouldn't believe how easy this is. Like I say, this is a tool that I've been using for several years. It's a tool that I used when I began because, you know, I didn't have the time, the money, or the know-how really. It was something that I could put together in inside an hour, have out there, and you know, some of these hooks have been making me money for years. Now, I'm not going to tell you you're going to get rich from this. That isn't the case, but you can put a complete hook together and you can use it in a number of different ways, and you can do the whole thing within an hour. And if, like I say, if you want to have them blasted out there, it's going to cost you $5. It really is as simple as that. Take this keyword here, for example. This is just to demonstrate that, you know, even though Hookum can be used in a number of different ways, I mean, you can actually rank these PDFs organically, and you know, once you do that, they sit around for years. You can see this one here, how to get rid of cellulite thighs. That's been sat around page 1, page 2 of Google for this key phrase here, how to reverse thigh cellulite, with 437,000 results, and that's been on here since 2015, so March 2015. So anybody that clicks that, reads it, clicks the link, then I get a commission. Here's another one in the hemorrhoids niche of all things. Over 13 million results. You can see there, number 2 on page 1. Like I say, this is very easy stuff, very newbie friendly, and they work. There's a variety of ways in which you can actually give these hooks away. I'm just showing you one, which is kind of the organic method, which you know, it can cost you $5, or you can do it yourself and it won't cost you a thing. But you know, very easy to do. I've been doing this for a long time in an awful lot of different niches, as you can see. And does it make money? Yes, it does. And one other thing I would say is if you have built a list, if you do have an existing list, you can also use hooks to actually promote products. So let's say you have a list in the IAM industry, as many of us do. What you can do is, instead of sending a boring old promotional email, which everybody does, people are bored of that, if you send them access to a hook and do the converting or do the actual promotion inside of that hook, then you're going to make more money. It's going to be very, very easy for you to actually make sales. Again, this is all kind of explained in far more detail inside of Hookum, but let me just show you a case study we did last week with a product from Warrior Plus. In 19 hours, just sending out the hook to just a couple of segments of one of my lists, $260 in profit. Now, of course, you might be thinking, well, you know, I've got a huge list. Well, we only sent this out to segments. If you have a small list, then this is going to work really, really well for you, because you're actually giving value rather than asking somebody to actually purchase something from you. So the way that the content is structured, like I say, it actually delivers value before you actually ask anybody to make a purchase. So take a look at this. So let me quickly show you this small case study. So see the product here. So this is essentially a hook. And then if I click here, you can see the hook opens as a PDF. Now, in this case, what we did was kind of a review, but we structured it in a way that we kind of explained the process which was being sold. So the product that I was reviewing. So we broke it all down. We kind of explained how it worked and how you could actually make it better. And everything is explained in this hook here. So basically it's just a look inside the members area. It's a breakdown of the system, and it provides real value. People want to see this because, you know, instead of it just being promotion, you're actually explaining the whole process. You're showing them inside the members area. These kind of things work really well because people tend to trust a detailed view such as this one. And the results from this, well, the results from just giving away this two segments of my list was $260 and a couple of cents. It's actually more than that now, but at the time it was just over $260. Let me just see if I can show you that. So it's actually $322 now. So the product was a product called Commission Freebooter over on Warrior Plus. $322 now, but at the time it was $260 plus dollars, so not bad for 19 hours. Now, while I have the screen shared, what I can do is actually show you inside the members area, so you kind of get an idea of exactly what you'll get if you actually purchase Hookum. And I will explain what the ridiculously low prices, you know, at the end of this interview, but just for now, let me show you what you actually get. So as soon as you purchase, you'll get access to the members area. So the welcome page here, you can see there's a 47-minute video here, and that's me kind of explaining how to send traffic and how to give away your hooks. And there's many different ways of doing this. As I said, it's fluid. So once you have that hook together, you can give it away in one way, or you can give it away in a number of ways. And the options are limitless. You can do whatever you want with them. They'll make you money. They'll also build you a list. It kind of depends on which path, which avenue you choose. Again, you can choose more than one, so you can use one hook in a variety of different ways. And then scrolling down, you also get access to my private mastermind group. So this is a Facebook mastermind group, so you'll be invited to join there. You also get the course material. Now, the course material, let me show you what that consists of. So the actual material there and the case study. So this is another case study which we did recently. Let me show you the course material first. So if I click there, you can see that there's, let me just drag this screen down just a fraction. Okay, so for members area, you can see that the two PDFs here. Now these are detailed PDFs. I'll just open one up for you so you can see the quality of it. So the first one here is 44 pages, and it details the whole method from start to finish, including screenshots, what to do here, what to do there. So you're left in no doubt as to how this works and how to put it together. Now, you know, it's over 40 pages, but don't let that put you off. It's a very straightforward method. It's something that you can grasp, understand, and apply, you know, inside an hour. It really is as simple as that. So the native ad trick, this is essentially how to structure your content in order to convince people to actually purchase, really. So they go through those micro commitments. They're inspired to actually read what you're giving them. They want it. It's perceived as value, and they're going to be more inclined to actually make a purchase when you use this native ad content structure. So again, you get a PDF which explains exactly how to do that, and this one, quite a short one, just 15 pages long. And let's pop back to the welcome page, and if I click on the case study there, you see that we've got a complete case study in place there. This was one we used to build a list and make a few sales. So you'll get details of that. That's another PDF there. There's also a case study video under here of the 260 in 19 hours with the product that I just showed you. There you go. So did you like that? Well, if you did, you're going to like the price even more. You see, I've been where you are right now. I know exactly what it's like, and this is a very straightforward method. It's a method that will never get saturated, and therefore I can afford to give this away for next to nothing. So what we're going to do is we're going to let you have everything that I've just showed you. So full access to the members area, the 47-minute video, the two PDFs which explain the whole process, and that's all that's really needed because it is that easy. As well as a case study, the two case studies, you're going to get all of that. And if you grab it early enough, and you will have to be quick, you're going to get the whole lot for $7. Now, hopefully, I've kind of shown you here that this is not one of those not so great $7 products. This is a high quality product, and it's a method that I actually use. You've seen inside the members area. You've seen what can be achieved. You can use hooks in a variety of different ways. At the end of the day, though, it's about ease of use and cost effectiveness. This is something that you can do in your spare time. It's perfect for newbies. It's perfect for technophobes like me. It's just a very simple way of structuring something that is essentially a lead magnet, just a simple PDF, but done in a very specific manner. When you do this, you're going to be able to make money. You're going to be able to build lists in any niche you like. So like I said, there's a variety of different ways of giving these away, but ultimately this is about ease. So if you like easy, if you like stuff to be very, very easy to do, if you like things to be uncomplicated and ultimately very, very cheap to purchase in this case and cheap to apply, then Hookum is the perfect method for you. It's a perfect course. It's something that you can use forever. This isn't something that's going to kind of expire in 3 weeks' time. This isn't a loophole or a trick. It's kind of, you know, it kind of is a little bit of a trick, but only in as much as the content is structured in a very, very different way. So if you are interested in making some quick money and some passive money, because, you know, once these are out there, they're out there forever, then grab Hookum, and you'll need to grab it on the 14th of January at 9 a.m. to get the best possible price. So $7, that's all it's going to cost you. You've seen inside, you've seen the quality of what we're offering you here, and you're going to get it all for $7. But be quick, because obviously we're going to put the price up, and it stands to reason that the price is going to go up relatively quickly. So we'll hold it there for as long as we can, but you know, If you are late, there's a good possibility that the price will have gone up. So 9 o'clock EST on January the 14th, which is a Saturday. Grab it then as soon as you can. You'll get the lot, and you can start making money. You can build a list within an hour of going through the course. It really is as simple as that. Okay, thanks for having me on. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the inside.
Hey, welcome to Hookum. My name is Ron, and along with Mark Bishop and Venkata Ramana, we'd like to introduce you to this unusual and very simple passive income technique. And I do mean simple, ridiculously easy, and yet I'm willing to bet you've never even considered this before. So let me ask you a quick question. How difficult do you think it would be to give someone something they actually want for nothing, for free? Do you think that you could do that? I bet you could. And remarkably, that's all you need to do here. You give away what we call hooks, and then you start making money, and in many cases, you also build a list at the same time. Sounds too easy, right? Well, it does, and it is. You see, the method we now call Hookum was one of the tools Mark used in 2013 to transition from working 12 hours a day as a plumber to full-time internet marketer. He used this little trick back then because he had zero technical ability, very little time, and very little money. And because it was easy. It was easy and effective back then, and guess what? It's easy and effective right now. So, how does Hookum work? Well, Hookum is a twist on one of the oldest internet marketing tricks online. The difference here is something called the native ad content structure. Yeah, that sounds a little complicated, doesn't it? Well, don't worry, it's actually really simple. In fact, the whole thing takes less than an hour to do, requires zero know-how or experience, and it costs just $5 per project to apply. Let me explain. The term native ad could be used to describe a number of different techniques, but in the case of Hookum, it simply means disguising an ad or promotion as real value. It's real value tailored to a specific audience. Then, using a number of different sources, you make the hooks available to your target audience through 1 or 2 micro commitments, but without cost. And due to those tiny little commitments, the recipient is hooked. You've hooked them into reading your narrative ad structure, which is essentially a promotion, and yet they'll rarely see what they have in front of them as a sales pitch. They'll want to click your link, and when they do, you make a sale or commission. Pretty easy, right? Well, it is. Hookum is one of the easiest passive income methods online. There's no loopholes or hacks involved. Once you grasp this simple technique, it will continue to work forever. So, can you spare 1 hour? Because that's all it takes. And it's as simple as giving something away. You give the hooks away, and you make money. You know you can give something of value away, don't you? Sure you do. Anyone can give something away, especially when the person you're giving it to actually wants it. Can you follow a few simple steps? If you can, then you can do this. Each hook will take you around an hour and about $5. You do the work once, and then those hooks continue to generate sales and commissions passively. There's really nothing else to do. Hookum is a complete package. It covers the whole method from start to finish in easy steps. And unlike many so-called systems, you'll understand this entire formula in minutes. You'll grasp the whole thing quickly and have your first hook in place today. So, isn't it about time you actually started making money instead of spending it? Can you spare 1 hour to make an extra $100 every week? Would you like to see your first commission by this time tomorrow? Of course you would. Who wouldn't? Well, with Hookum, you can. People just like you are already doing it. Remember, this whole method boils down to three very simple steps. 1, you give the hooks away. 2, the recipient passes through 1 to 2 micro commitments. 3, native ad structure removes any barriers and results in very simple to achieve sales for you. and Hookum reveals the whole thing from start to finish, so you can start making money as early as tomorrow, maybe even today. So let me recap. It'll cost you around $5 per hook. The whole thing will take you around an hour to complete. All you have to do is give the hooks away. That's it. And remember that $5 in 1 hour. That's for one project. And that one project can make you money on autopilot for months or even years to come without you ever having to lift another finger. So, do you want to get started today? If you do, then listen to this. You need to act quickly because there is a small issue. You see, the doors to Hookum are closing soon. They're closing on this heavily discounted launch price. You'll understand what I mean when you see the price at the bottom of this page. So, you need to take advantage of this crazy opportunity right now. You'll find the access button right under this video, along with all the other Hookum features and details. So go ahead, take a look at all the features, and while you're doing it, check out the ridiculously low price that's being offered today. Then join us and start exploiting this little known trick. Why not create your first income stream today? It'll only take an hour or two. So go ahead and take a look at the rest of the page now.